Hey there, I'm Hugo Ferreira from TechCornerTV, and today for review I got here the Mi Band 5, here it is. And considering that I am a Huawei GT Sport user, I decided to ask for help to a Mi Band faithful and long-time Mi Band user, Irene.
Hello.
But before we start, let me say that if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to be the first one to be notified every time there is new videos. In addition of being a regular contributor to TechCornerTV, Irene is also the owner of the Blackberries and Blueberries, a Portuguese lifestyle blog, and most important, she is my wife. Every year, Xiaomi launches a new Mi Band, and this year is no exception. Mi Band 6 was already announced and it should get to the market in a couple of weeks. And you can count with a review as soon as we receive ours. But before the arrival of new Mi Band 6, we wanted with this video to review the progression of the Mi Band and to get in touch with the current position in terms of features in the Mi Band. Irene, being a faithful user of Mi Band, what are the points that lead you to use this device?
The quality-price ratio is a strong point to consider. The features made available to us. The price has been very competitive so far. The price is around 20 and a few euros and the evolution between versions, with increase in features, too, has been a factor in continuing to use the Mi Band.
Okay, I understand. So, and what highlights in the evolution of the Mi Band since which version do you wear the bracelet?
Well, I've been using Mi Band since version 2, this one,
okay.
And in those days I could barely see the display when I was outside. It only had the time, the step counter, heart rate and a few more options. All the way until Mi Band 5, where we already have color on the screen, introduced in version 4,
okay.
And even has functions to control the menstrual cycle.
Okay. You talked about color on the screen, but are the changes in the display between versions noticeable?
They are more or less all the same size. The Mi Band 5 is a little bit bigger, it is 1.1 inches. The Mi Band 4 is 0.95 inches.
Okay.
We can change the brightness in both 4 and 5, with 5 appearing to have a bit more intensity in the glow.
Okay, interesting. I have a different watch face for GT Sport. Do you have also that on Mi Band?
Yes, there is already something similar since Mi Band 3, although they were very limited. 4 options. But on Xiaomi it is called face masks. Since Mi Band 4, a store was created in the application where we can choose the face mask we want to apply on Mi Band by teams.
Okay.
It is very good.
Awesome. So, you mentioned the size of the bins, I believe you call this the bins, being approximate, but are you able to use the same bracelet among versions, between these versions?
It depends. With 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken, we can use the same bracelet. And between 3 and 4, we can use the same bracelet also. But 4 to 5, we cannot use the same bracelet.
Okay.
The fits are different. However, the closure system of the bracelet is the same between all of them.
Okay.
It's the spike.
Okay. And in terms of battery, does it last long? Do you notice difference between versions?
Yes, I did notice some differences. Mainly because the battery of the Mi Band 5 is weaker. The battery capacity of the Mi Band 4 is 135 milliamps per hour, while the 5 is 125 milliamps per hour.
Okay, but that can be related with the battery optimization in Mi Band 5, and they no longer need such a big battery for the same time. Do you notice in usage time some difference?
Yeah, you are right, and it's obvious that the battery life depends a lot on the use you give to the bracelet. In my case, it goes with me everywhere. There are people, for example, who take it off during sleep. I only take it off to charge. In addition to receiving notifications, WhatsApp, Skype, calls, I use it to monitor my physical exercise. I activated the heart rate control, and using all this normally lasts about more or less 5 days, while the Mi Band 4 lasted more or less 7. And let's not mention, with Mi Band 3, this band lasts about 1 month.
Well,
Yeah,
sorry.
big difference.
You mentioned only removing the Mi Bands to charge. How is the charging done?
Charging is one of the great news on Mi Band 5, because until now you had to remove the bean from the bracelet to be able to charge it. And now, let's see 4, here. And with 5, it's a magnetic charger. We put it here, and we don't have to take off the bean of the bracelet.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. The great advantage is that when you take the bean off the bracelet, over time it leaves the bracelet loose, and that will not happen definitely so easily on Mi Band 5.
Yeah. My GT Sport also uses a magnetic charger. It's awesome. Yeah. It's really fantastic. In terms of features, what do you highlight about the Mi Band 5?
Well, a very positive change was the possibility of having more than 2 activities on the bracelet. It was one of the most frustrating aspects for me, because in Mi Band 3 we only had the chance to run on the treadmill or exercise.
Okay.
Only 2 activities. With Mi Band 4, I started to have the possibility to choose 6 activities directly on the bracelet. With the Mi Band 5, the activities increase to 11. Another new feature is that when you choose one of the physical activities, we can define heart rate alert, pace alert, and distance alert. Yeah. This means that when you are going to run, for example, before starting to run, click on the race icon, and then I have the settings button. And there I can specify the alerts for this race specifically.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's great.
Okay.
Another interesting feature is the status that appeared in Mi Band 4. In 3 we only had the steps.
Okay.
And the status is a summary of the steps, the distance and calories of the day. In Mi Band 5 you still have the history of the steps taken in the previous 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
You said that you control the heart rate with the Mi Band. Did you notice any significant difference between versions?
Not really. The measurement of the heart rate did not change much. The only difference to point out is that Mi Band 5 has information on the value of the last measurement and the time it was measured, which turns out to be interesting. Just a little addition.
Okay, and the rest of the features, what difference do you see between the versions?
Look, the weather, for example, in Mi Band 3 appeared from time to time. I only had info about the current and the next day.
Okay.
In Mi Band 4, we have the current weather and 4 days ahead. At 5, it remains the same, but we still have an indication of the wind, humidity, and UV rays of the day we are on.
Okay, and more.
Then we have the sleep analysis, that since Mi Band 3, we have the possibility to follow the data related to our sleep. But they are more indicative data than, it's not too precise.
Okay.
In Mi Band 5, we now have REM sleep data, which is interesting.
Well,
yes.
Well, very good.
Very good.
Okay, what else is the worth mentioning?
Well, in the More tab.
More tab?
Yes, that also existed in Mi Band 4. Now we have the world clock.
Okay.
And the remote shutter for the cell phone camera.
Ah.
Yes, that's a very cool addition. In Mi Band 4, the improvement was being able to control the music that is playing on the phone. We can control it on our bracelets.
Okay. Well, and in the middle of all of this, do you see any really major changes from Mi Band 5 to related to 4?
Really new. We have some features that probably could have been done with a firmware update to Mi Band 4.
Yeah.
In Mi Band 5, we have the introduction of PAE, which is Physical Analysis Index, a new tab that analyzes the physical activity index of the last 7 days, where the ideal is to have an index above 100.
Ah, okay.
Then we also have a new tab for stress analysis.
Ooh, the scale will blow out up with it, with me.
Well, they thought about you and they had another new tab to teach you to breathe and relax, which makes you breathe in and breathe out in a controlled way for a minute to lower your stress levels.
Nice. Okay. I see. I'll have to get a Mi Band for myself too.
I borrow this one for you.
Is there anything else that you want to mention?
Yes. Another new feature is the event reminder, where you had the events you want the bracelet to alert you in the app.
Okay.
And finally, something very useful for women, which is the control of the menstrual cycle.
What do you mean? Can you please elaborate?
Yeah. I explained to you. You put the data on the app about your last menstruation, and then you have a calendar which will indicate you what period of the cycle you are in. Fertile period, ovulation, and so on.
This is too much chick talk for me.
A little bit.
Let's change the subject now. Okay, so there is anything that you think was disappointing or that you think is not going well with this new version?
Well, I was waiting for the GPS.
Oh, built-in GPS, yeah.
And it doesn't have one.
You are unlucky, because if the rumors are true, Mi Band 6 will also not have one. So...
yeah, but if we want to do sports and not want to take the mobile phone, we will not be able to have the route recorded. We always depend on the mobile phone and the application to have this feature. It's a bummer.
It's quite nice in GT Sport. It tracks by GPS. Okay, the price is also different. Okay, so to wrap it up, do you have any final thoughts? Do you think if I already have a Mi Band 4, should invest in a Mi Band 4 or 5?
Well, it depends. The Mi Band 4 already showed a great evolution in comparison to the 3. It was worth the upgrade.
Okay.
If you didn't buy Mi Band 4, don't hesitate to buy Mi Band 5, or now wait for the version 6.
Okay.
If you already have Mi Band 4, in my opinion, I think it's preferable to wait for 6, see the features, and assess whether the upgrade is worthwhile or not.
Okay. But as far as I know, the price difference for Mi Band 6 is going to be significant. The price for European market is announced in 44 euros and 99 cents, and that means an increase of practically 60% compared to the 28.90 that's these Mi Bands costs acquired directly here in Portugal, in Europe. So that's all. Well, I want to thank you for participating in this episode.
Thank you for the invitation.
I can only thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching until the end of this video. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing and press the bell to be notified whenever there is new videos. If this video was useful to you, please give a thumbs up. And that's it for today. Thank you, stay safe, and I hope to see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye!